A very good day to our Security Basics and IT Professional lecturer, Madam Nandini, and to my fellow friends. First of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Peter PAULRAJ Analalaki THAVARAJ. My matrix number is 01DDT21F1152. Today, with my teammates, we will present about the activity 2. So let's go to the video. So we will describe about the common communication encryption types, which is symmetry encryption, asymmetry encryption, and hash encoding. So I'll be explaining about the symmetry encryption. So what is a symmetric encryption? Symmetry encryption is a type of encryption that uses the same key to encrypt and decrypt data. Both the sender and recipient have identical copies of the key, which they keep secret and don't share with anyone. This differs from asymmetry encryption, which uses two keys, a public key that anyone can access to encrypt information and a private key to decrypt information. So now let us do a quick review of how encryption works in general. So first, the sender uses an encryption key, which is usually a string of letters and numbers to encrypt their message. Then the encrypted message, called hypertext, looks like scrambled letters and can't be read by anyone along the way. And the third one will be the recipient uses a decryption key to transform the hypertext back into readable text. Okay, now let us see an example of symmetry encryption diagram. So in the example above, we used the same key for encryption and decryption, which means this is a symmetric encryption. As I mentioned earlier, in symmetric encryption there will be using a same key for encryption and decryption. This diagram also showing the same. Then only these two parties, which is sender and recipient, only can read and access the data. This is why it's also sometimes called secret key encryption, secret key cryptography, private key cryptography, symmetric cryptography, and symmetric key encryption. These are the names that used to call it. And having only one key to serve both the encryption and decryption function simplify the encryption process. After all, you are applying one key to turn plain text, readable information into readable gibberish, which means ciphertext, and vice versa. One of the advantages of using symmetric encryption is that it provides data privacy and confidentiality without the extra complexity of multiple keys. So it makes more easier. So these are the example for symmetry encryption, which is Blowfish, AES, RC4, DES, RC5, and RC6. So there are some advantages and disadvantages in symmetric encryption, which is the advantages are it is extremely secure and relatively fast, and the disadvantages are sharing the key and it is more damage if compromised. So that's all for me. The presentation will be continued by my teammate, that is LUGENDRAN. Thank you.
Hello, I'm LUGENDRAN, son of RAJENDIRAN. My matrix number is 01DDT21F1153. The topic that given to me is asymmetric encryption. Is also known as public key cryptography. Asymmetric encryption encrypts and decrypts the data using two separate yet mathematically connected cryptographic keys. These keys are known as public key and a private key. Together they are called a public and private key pair. How does asymmetric encryption work? The public key is used for encryption and the other private key is for decryption. As implied in the name, the private key is intended to be private so that only the authentication recipient can decrypt the message. How are the two keys generated? At the heart of asymmetric encryption lies a cryptography algorithm. This algorithm uses a key generation protocol to generate a key pair. Both the keys are mathematically connected with each other. The relationship between the keys differs from one algorithm to another. The algorithm is basically a combination of two functions, encryption function and decryption function. To state the obvious, the encryption function encrypts the data and decryption function decrypts it. Advantages of asymmetric encryption: key distribution not necessary, exchange of private keys not necessary, digital signature or message authentication, and more secure. Disadvantages of asymmetric encryption: slower than symmetric encryption because of its longer key lengths. Calculations tend to be much more complex. These are the examples of asymmetric encryption. Reverse Shamir Edelman, the digital signature standard, which incorporates the digital signature algorithm. Elliptical curve cryptography, the Diffie-Hellman exchange method, and TLS or SSL protocol. This is from me. Thank you.
Greetings to Madam Nandini and my fellow classmates. Today I am going to present Security Basics and IT Professional in Hash Encoding or Hashing. So, let me introduce myself. My name is ARVIND ULAKANANTHAN, matrix number 01DDT21F. So, hash encoding. Hash encoding is a process of converting a string characters of letters, numerals, symbols by applying a mathematical formula. Types of hashing algorithms. There are many types of hashing algorithms, and 5 of it examples I have here is RIPEMD, Whirlpool, Tiger, HMAC-SHA256, PBKDF2. Uses of hashing. There are 4 uses of hashing. Hashing is an effective method to analyze and avoid duplication in databases. Hashing also can be used to find a particular piece of data in big databases. It is used in SSL certification and it is broadly used in computer graphics. Encoding modifies data from one format into another format using a scheme that is publicly available so that it can easily restore back the predefined data and it does not need any key to decode it. A prevalent example of encoding would be Morse code. There are 4 types of encoding methods. First one is ASCII, Unicode URL encoding, and base64. Advantages of encoding is less storage space, speeding up data entry, increasing the accuracy of data entry, and faster searching for data. There are common vulnerability of encoding. The only drawback of encoding is that anyone with a little time will be able to analyze the protected message. So you need to be careful of your encoding and the data you save in encoding. So how hash works? Hashing works by the original plain text message will be converted into few data blocks and then mathematical hash function and you will get the hash value. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, I am DEENESHWARAN, son of RAMU. My matrix number is 01DDT21F2044, and now today I am going to explain about how encryption can protect data from being altered. Okay, you guys can me ask what is encryption? Let me explain about the encryption. Encryption in cybersecurity is the conversion of data from a readable format into an encoded format. Encrypted data can only be read or processed after it's been decrypted. Encryption is the basic building block of data security. It is the simplest and most important way to ensure a computer system's information can't be stolen and read by someone who wants to use it for malicious purposes. Data security encryption is widely used by individual users and large corporations to protect user information sent between a browser and a server. That information could include everything from payment data to personal information. Data encryption software, also known as an encryption algorithm or cipher, is used to develop an encryption scheme that theoretically can only be broken with large amount of computing power. Moreover, for the how does encryption work, I would like to invite my group member Satish to explain more about on it. Thank you.
Hi, hello, welcome. My name is SATISHWARAN, son of VENKADESWARAN. My magic card number is 01DDT21F2064. Yes, it's me. Today I'm going to present and explain how does encryption works. Okay, when information or data is shared over the internet, it goes through a series of network devices worldwide, which form part of the public internet. As data travels through the public internet, there's a chances it could be compromised or stolen by hacker because we're using a public internet. So to prevent this, user can install specific software such as Kaspersky or McAfee, something like that, or hardware to ensure the security transfer of data or informations. These processes are known as encryption in network security. Okay, the next. Encryption involves converting human-readable plain text into incomprehensible text. Okay, this is a plain text. A plain text that such a we can read it the A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3. It change, which is known as cheapest text. It means taking the readable data and changing it to that appear randoms, so it won't show the alphabets or numbers. So encryption involves using a cryptography key, a set of mathematical value both the sender and recipient agree on. The recipient uses a key or to decrypt the data, turning it back on readable plain text. The more complex, the more cryptography key, the more secure the encryption, because third party are less likely to decrypt it via brute force attack, trying random numbers until the correct combination is guessed. And then the encryption is also used to protect password. Password encryption method scramble your password so it's unreadable by hackers. Thank you. This is my part. I'm ending now.
So that's all from us. Thank you.